Hi, I'm Rayma.
And I'm Andrea.
And this is Mile High Murder. We are just slightly obsessed with true crime. We text each other when new missing persons cases are unfolding. We add each other to Facebook sleuth groups and definitely feel like we have solved the cases before anyone else. We aren't creepy, I promise.
I'm sorry. That was dumb.
It's fine. I'm just gonna laugh.
I'm ready. Sorry.
I'm actually sorry.
I think we have a couple of really notorious cases in Colorado right now.
Yeah, because there's some recent ones that...
Yeah, some like really gnarly ones. And this is one of them.
This is one of them.
This is one.
So a lot of times Andrea tells me stories, or I tell her stories of cases I have never heard before,
Yes.
or she's never heard before, but this one we both know a lot
for
about.
Sure. I like surprising each other.
Yeah, it is fun, but I do know more about this one than I have in the past.
For sure.
So
yeah.
Sorry that I'm not as surprised this time around.
I think it's going to be fine. Okay, one of my favorite things, like ever, is the smell of Thanksgiving. So, like, I remember as a kid, like, waking up and the house would smell like turkey because we always hosted, and it would smell like pumpkin pie, even though I hate pumpkin pie.
Oh, what? I love pumpkin pie.
Yeah, most people do. I'm a weirdo.
But all these smells, those are good smells.
Yeah, for sure. And, like, you know, the sounds of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, like that's like wafting. I love the word wafting. Anyway, that's one of my favorite things. So, but without fail, my dad would be sent to the store in the like early morning because they forgot something that they needed. And the store was bare. Like there were a couple stragglers in there, like who, you know, grabbing, it was all dads.
Grabbing green beans.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure. This is exactly the scenario that 29-year-old Kelsey Berreth walked into on Thanksgiving Day, November 22nd of 2018 in the small mountain town of Woodland Park, Colorado. Have you ever been there?
Yes, I have.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Cool.
We've both been there.
Cool. I just went there recently.
Yeah.
And I stayed out where he was from.
Uh-huh. Wait, so because he's lived a little ways.
Yes.
Patrick Frazee is
it was
who
like,
he
sorry,
is.
Patrick. Yeah. I stayed in that little podunk town and I was legit freaking out. Anyway.
I'd be freaking out too.
I totally was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So she walks into Safeway with her daughter, Kaylee. Kaylee had just turned 1 and they just were grabbing a couple things for Thanksgiving. According to her fiance, Patrick, he picked up Kaylee later that afternoon. They actually didn't live together. They were engaged, but, and
which
they
is
shared,
kind of an interesting situation.
I think so. It's
like,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, huh, okay.
Just interesting. It's a little interesting. They have a child together.
For sure.
They're engaged, but they
they're
don't
not
live
living
together.
But they didn't
I mean, you
live,
do you. You
right.
do you.
But he also worked
He lived with
a
his
ranch.
right. And didn't he live with his mom?
Yes.
Okay. We're not quite sure about that.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure too, but
that's not pertinent to the story.
Yeah.
Anyway. So he picks up Kaylee and Kelsey is never seen again. On Sunday, November 25th, Kelsey's boss at Doss Aviation gets a text from her saying, "Hey, I'm not going to be at work this next week." And then Patrick's like, "Oh yeah, me too. I also got that text that she's gone, that she'll be back."
Okay.
But they haven't actually released exactly what was in the text.
To the employer or
To Patrick.
to Patrick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She actually wasn't reported missing until December 2nd by her mom, Cheryl. And that's 10 days after she was last seen.
That's crazy.
It is, but I don't talk to my mom
No, I mean that.
like every day or something.
Like, was it not weird to Patrick that? Like, why wouldn't he report her missing?
I wonder why.
Well, I mean,
So, but from what her mom said in an interview, it wasn't unusual for her to not speak with the daughter every day. Obviously, like she's
No.
working, she's a mom, like
yeah. She's busy.
So nobody was really
Too concerned.
panicked, right? For sure. The Woodland Park Police Department immediately did a welfare check at Kelsey's home, but found it empty, and she left behind her clothes, her cars, and her toothbrush. Then on December 3rd, the police alert the public to help find her. And I remember like when this first hit the news, she was so beautiful. She was engaged and she had a baby and she loved her job. And
Yeah, I
how did she
remember-
just suddenly vanish?
I remember the picture that they released, and you couldn't see Kaylee's. Yeah, Kaylee's her daughter. You couldn't see Kaylee's face. You could just see her head, and yeah, she's so pretty.
Like she has a little,
Yeah.
she's a baby. Like, why is she suddenly gone? Yeah. Rumors and speculation start spreading, and the media immediately begins digging into her past, which totally sucks.
Yeah,
She was a pilot with DOS Aviation, but
which is awesome.
yeah, that's really cool. But all the planes were accounted for, so it wasn't like she just took a plane and went
flew.
for a joy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her cars were still at her house. People also suddenly catch wind that she may have been hospitalized in August of 2018 for mental illness. But when they contact the facility, they find that she's not there, which is that, I don't know what the rules are with that.
I don't either. I have no idea if they
mean,
could
if
like
it's law
release that
enforcement.
information. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Law enforcement, hit us up. Let us know if they would actually release that information
for sure.
to you.
Yeah. The other thing about this is that mental illness could be anything from anxiety attacks to depression, like a myriad of things. So, and it's really none of our business.
Would that be timing that it could have been postpartum depression or no?
I mean, it definitely could have.
yeah.
Because if Kaylee was about 1 in November,
Math is a thing that I'm
math
bad
is
at.
good.
Anyways,
So that would be, you know,
I mean, honestly, when someone goes to get help for those things, it's a good thing. So
yeah, do that.
yeah, but they were just speculating that possibly
she
that
was-
is where
right,
she
for
was.
sure.
But her mom would probably know that, right? Like people would know that.
Yeah, I think maybe, unless she just checked herself in.
Yeah, but you'd think at least she would tell some, especially because she has a daughter.
Yeah, like hey,
Patrick would know that.
for sure,
Like, here,
absolutely.
Patrick, here's my daughter for longer than you're used to.
Right. So on December 7th, Kelsey's phone pings in Gooding, Idaho, which is 600 miles away. The search efforts continue, and Kelsey's mom, Cheryl, makes a plea to the public at a press conference asking for Kelsey to please come home and promising to continue searching for her. Do you remember that?
I totally remember it.
And what was the thing that was like, what is happening here?
Patrick was not there.
Right?
And it was
So-
like, what the, everyone right away was like,
Oh my gosh,
he did
they're
it.
like, he did it. Yep.
Instantly. He did
It's
it.
always a husband.
Well, he's not a husband yet.
Well, it's always the almost husband.
It's always the
Jeez.
significant other.
That doesn't fit on a t-shirt. Oh my gosh. So,
We're going to make t-shirts that say it's always the significant other.
oh my gosh, I will slap you.
Okay, not really. Don't go looking for that t-shirt because I'm not making it.
I mean, anyway, him not showing up, like, what are you even pretend, dude? Pretend.
Seriously.
Anyway,
I think I remember people like sticking up for me like, well, he has Kaylee to protect. Like, okay, no.
your fiance is missing.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Her
worst.
mom is missing.
Yeah.
Her mom.
Her ma'am. You always say mom weird.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh my gosh. The chief of police was actually asked where he is and responds at the press conference. That's a question you'd have to ask him, which is so great. Like immediately they're like, hello. Anyway. Okay. 9 News asked private investigator Dan Corsentino about Patrick missing the presser, and he says it doesn't mean he's guilty by not showing up. He doesn't want to become a suspect in the public's eye and be prejudged.
I'm sorry. So you made the wrong choice
Sorry,
if that's what you
now
didn't
we're judging
want.
you.
Yeah.
We 100% think you did it. Yeah. So the chief of police says that Patrick is cooperating throughout the investigation and is not a suspect in the disappearance of Kelsey, which is always a lie.
I rolled my eyes
Always
just
the
then.
husband. She
You
did. I
couldn't
saw
see
it.
it, but
I saw it. On December 11th, Woodland Park police released the short clip of, everybody's seen it, of Kelsey putting Kaylee in the seat or in the
cart
shopping cart. Yep.
at Safeway.
Yep. Her mom says in an interview that it's out of character for Kelsey to take off like this. She said she had spoken to Kelsey twice on Thanksgiving and she sounded fine and that it was just a normal day. Then on Friday, December 14th, officers execute a search warrant at Frazie's home that, let's be honest, we all watched on Facebook Live.
Oh, totally.
Yep.
I mean, I did at least.
Yeah. Patrick lives out on a farm in Florissant, I think is how you say it. Florissant.
I have no
That's
idea.
where I stayed.
Florissant. I
And
would
it
think
was
it's fluorescent. Fluorescent.
Terrifying. Anyway, even though at that time he was in jail, I still was like, "Nyeh."
Yeah.
This is just outside of Woodland Park, which I know because I've been there. If I haven't said it enough.
Andrea's been to Woodland Park, so she's basically,
I'm basically
is
part
an
of the
expert.
investigation. No big deal. If you watch the live stream of the officers combing the property, you'll actually see like.
I'm still laughing.
You're still
about
laughing?
it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was getting really
funny.
serious there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was
Oh,
really
it's fine.
funny. Okay, sorry.
Did you just crack yourself up?
No, you. You're saying that you were part of the investigation.
I am though.
All
Okay,
right.
so anyway. Ba-ba-da-ba.
I'm
Oh, okay.
so sorry.
So no, it's fine. It's great. The live stream, like watching the helicopter or whatever, it's just wide open spaces and horses.
Yeah.
And then there's like a house.
Yeah.
I mean, and like a barn and all that. Like, farm.
Dirt roads.
Farminess.
Farminess.
Yes.
All the farminess.
More than 75 law enforcement officials participated in the search of Patrick's property, which, yes, go law enforcement. And he was there during the search, but obviously he didn't participate. They didn't put him under arrest or anything. But I feel like, didn't his mom throw like a little hissy fit?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I might make a scene.
Well, that they're I wouldn't. That they're searching.
Well, if you know your son killed someone.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
I think I'd be a little bit testy.
Okay, I get it.
Okay.
But it feels like, you'd want to try and... Okay, I'm sorry. If my son killed somebody, I would be
you be a little
on
fussy?
board with the investigation. I'd be like, yeah, get him. He deserves that. Find her body. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I see
we'll
both
both
sides of
never
it.
know.
We'll never know. Okay.
Our children will not be future murderers.
No, they won't. In the name of Jesus. So he never speaks to the media directly, but his lawyer tells him, we encourage law enforcement to take whatever steps it deems necessary to find Kelsey Berreth. Blah, 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 blah.
I love how your attitude when you like that you're mocking them.
I'm not a huge defense attorney fan, so whatever. It says that in the statement, it says that Frazee will continue to not participate in any interviews, which, let's be honest, like, this guy has nothing to gain by...
I don't think I've ever heard his voice.
No,
He's
not once.
never talked.
Whatever. It probably is like high-pitched or something. He's like, I don't want everyone to know what I sound like. I don't know. That was a weird assumption. Okay. But let's be real. Like, the court of public opinion, we've convicted him.
Oh, yeah.
We know it's him. There's nothing to be sympathetic about. He won't speak to cameras or interviewers. I mean, he won't. He's obviously not broken up about this. Like, he never sheds a tear. And he never makes a public appeal to find her, which I'm going to throw myself in front of a camera if someone I love ever goes missing.
Well, and
like, please find them.
Did they even like have? Did he participate in any sort of search before he was even like people were throwing him under the bus? Like, did he participate in anything?
I mean,
I feel like he's
no
been the
evidence of
most
that.
hands off.
Yeah, for sure.
Out of anything ever.
For show. On Sunday, December 16th, the search of Patrick's home is complete. And obviously, we are all dying to know what the heck they took in those bags. I love watching them like take out evidence bags and you're like, what's in there?
Rip it open.
For sure. Because then 2 days later, I remember like texting you and like being glued to the screen. They go back to his house.
Yes.
Which looks suspicious.
Oh, totally.
But they claim it was just a routine follow-up, which I don't know that I've ever...
Okay, again, law enforcement, hit us up.
Hello?
Is that a thing? Is a routine follow-up a thing?
That's kind of crazy. Okay, on Friday, December 21st, Patrick is finally taken into custody at 7 a.m. and is charged with murder and solicitation to commit murder. And I remember really hard having to Google what the heck solicitation to commit murder meant. I think I texted you first.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Woodland Park Police Department issue a statement that they no longer believe Kelsey is alive and that this has now become a recovery effort. I know. While they didn't have Kelsey's body, and they still don't, they believe strongly that Kelsey was murdered in her home and disposed of elsewhere. At this point, with the murder likely taking place in Colorado and her phone pinging in Idaho, it's now a multi-state search. which includes federal law enforcement. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Patrick is formally charged on December 31st with solicitation to commit murder, as well as 2 counts of first-degree murder, which I had to look up. And the 2 charges represent 2 theories about how she was killed.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
What?
Yeah, I didn't.
Crazy. You know more than me.
Not right now. I don't.
Well, so one thing. Woohoo! One thing.
No, I didn't know that. That's so they just want to make sure they get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nail him.
So, do you know? Do they end up dropping one or the other if they figure out more evidence, or do they just go through with both of them?
I don't know. Who
We
cares?
don't know.
Just nail him with both. Who cares? It's basically
he's guilty.
Obviously, to ensure that one first-degree murder count will stick. Or charge will stick. Okay. Then, on January 3rd, suddenly we hear about a secret girlfriend. There's always a girlfriend.
Of course.
Of course.
There's another woman.
Yeah. The implications about the girlfriend, her name is Crystal, is that she was actually the one who took Kelsey's cell phone to Idaho, where she lives, and disposed of it for Patrick.
Which, if a man asks you to dispose of his fiance's cell phone...
Run the other way.
Yeah.
Without the cell phone.
Don't take the cell phone with you.
Okay, so on February 8th, Crystal pleads guilty to felony evidence tampering after agreeing to testify against Patrick. Sucka. She'll be sentenced after the conclusion of Patrick's trial, but will likely only get probation.
So they're just really trying to nail Patrick.
Yeah, for sure. No one knows why this all began, but it's believed to have been a custody dispute between the two. Remember, they're engaged, but they're not living together.
So weird.
Yeah, it is. It's so extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always extreme when...
obviously.
I think it's also so dumb to me that people do these things over custody, and then it's like you're going to prison. You're going to lose your child.
Right.
Because you're going to prison. So I don't understand.
For sure.
Why are criminals so dumb?
That's a great question. Let's ask them.
I don't want to talk to them.
Okay.
Let's just talk to the law enforcement. They can tell us.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Or profilers. They can tell us why they're so dumb.
I want to meet a profiler. Okay. Details are still emerging as this case unfolds, but the prosecution alleges that Patrick wrapped Kelsey's head in a sweater. Spoiler alert, this is really gross.
Yeah.
And beat her to death with a baseball bat.
So horrible.
Ugh. Then they alleged he burned her body in a water trough. He's the worst.
Ugh.
They also believe that he tried to get his nurse girlfriend, so Crystal was a nurse, to steal drugs in order to poison Kelsey's coffee, which is bananas.
Okay. Also, usually poison is a woman's
Oh, for sure it is. You're right.
Weapon of choice.
Yeah.
That is so interesting that was his first. I mean, he was trying to get her to do it, but it was his idea.
Yeah, that's true.
That's interesting.
Police said that Crystal told them Patrick gave her Kelsey's address and her picture, and she drove to Kelsey's home after picking up Starbucks. Then, allegedly, she said that she knocked on Kelsey's door and lied about who she was when Kelsey answered, but she said she was unable to go through the plan, which, for real. Apparently, Patrick was kind of pissed at her when she said she didn't do it.
I
do your
don't
own murders,
understand
you jerk.
this man.
No, he's
such a coward.
Yeah. Greg Slater, a CBI agent, testified that Crystal said Patrick had asked her to go to Kelsey's apartment to clean up the blood. He even reportedly asked her to look for a tooth by a vent on the floor.
That is just so horrible.
Freaking monster.
Seriously, this guy can't even do
his own cleanup.
Yeah, come on. He can't do anything.
Clean up your own murder scene.
Why Crystal? What did you ever see in him?
I don't know. He's not even attractive. But she does it. Crystal spends hours scrubbing the apartment, which she described as horrific, and that she refused to help Patrick hide the body, so he took it to a farm in Fremont County, which is 60 miles southwest of Woodland Park.
Again, ladies, don't clean up a bloody murder mess
I feel like these
for
are
a man.
Just
obvious, very obvious.
Yeah,
but I don't understand. Why do people get themselves into these messes?
I don't know. Bored?
Ugh.
Okay. Frazee then allegedly left Kelsey's body, which he had stuffed into a black tote bag, in a stack of hay while he celebrated Thanksgiving. He just went and like nommed on some mashed potatoes. The worst. Okay. Crystal told the police that Patrick is quoted as saying, "You don't know how hard it is to have Thanksgiving dinner after killing her." Don't you feel so sad for him?
What a whiny little baby.
On February 26th, authorities began a search of a landfill and fountain for the remains of Kelsey, which that whole thing came to a conclusion in April, and they didn't find anything. Yeah. On March 6th, newly released search warrants give us new details, such as Patrick's phone continuing to get texts from Kelsey's phone after she was killed. Yeah. Some of them even asked about taking care of Kaylee or talking about how tired she was. Like, come on. Yeah, gross. Then the tone changes. The message from Kelsey's phone says, "If this is truly what you want, I'll respect your wishes and give you space. Let me know if you change your mind. I'll leave you alone now. You can call me when you decide what you want to do."
So, like, do they not realize that these things are pinging and...
I don't know. I mean, obviously this is coming from Idaho.
Right.
So I think, to some degree they knew, like, hey.
Well, that was the purpose of it, that
For
it
sure.
would ping there. And,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
Yeah, I know.
they're just not smart.
No. The conversations continue, but authorities believe that all of these texts were devised months before in a plot to kill her.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah. On April 5th, Patrick appeared in court to be arraigned and was expected to enter his plea of guilty or not guilty, but his arraignment was postponed and asked to, they wanted to wait until the end of May because there's so much ongoing forensic testing. So then on May 24th of this year, he entered a plea of not guilty.
Yeah.
Shocker.
So I'm assuming it's just because they don't think there's enough, like, evidence to prove that he did it beyond a reasonable doubt, right?
Do you think?
So they think, if they're having a hard time having enough DNA evidence, they have no body. I think that him and his, they think that he could get away with it, or at least they can't prove,
They don't know what the prosecution has, though.
Exactly. Well,
Dummies.
they kind of do, right?
Sure, to some extent. The other thing about this case that is kind of frustrating is that the media was banned.
Oh, yeah.
From the
media
court proceedings.
Yeah, just cameras aren't allowed in the court. Yeah.
In the trial. Yeah. So he was actually in court twice this week for a couple of different little hearings. One of them was for a custody battle or whatever over their daughter. And then he's expected to go in on Friday so it's evidence testing. We had to look this up because we weren't sure what it meant. But basically, there is some kind of evidence that they have that if they test it, it will be destroyed.
Because it's such a little amount.
Tiny little
of evidence, of DNA evidence.
So there was actually a former detective who spoke with News 5 about what that could mean. And what he said is that you're usually looking at some form of bodily fluid, whether it's blood or saliva or something like that. Mark Pfaff said that the amount of evidence is so small, it's likely not visible to the eye, meaning testing that evidence once would prevent any follow-up testing moving forward.
Yeah, so they have to get... So
they have to be sure that they can get what they need from that sample or it's gone.
Well, and I think what comes into play there is, like, they can't ever retest
For sure.
if he would later on try to appeal, right?
For sure.
So.
Yep. So, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
It's ongoing. His trial's set to start
in October. Yeah.
So it's going to be a while, but we will keep you updated.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. I wonder how long,
that.
like, how in,
Kelsey Shillings.
Yeah. They said it was going to take 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I wonder how, if they can,
if they know. I don't even know how they know that.
I have no idea either. How do you,
I don't know that I've ever heard of like, this is how long it'll take.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But we'll do an update like when all of that starts. And
we might do a little tiny, not an update, but at least post in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Because it is actually.
I mean, I think we should do an update podcast. Just like a quick one.
We can do that. But for the case this week, that's happening this week. It'll be happening by the time. Well, the DNA evidence stuff.
I mean, that's interesting.
We'll at least post it in the group.
But we'll post about it. But no, like when we get a verdict.
Yeah. Well, for sure.
For sure. For sure.
You can look forward to that.
Okay.
Go. We're a little over talking about Patrick Frazee. So.
Totally over it. We're like totally over it. Did you hear what I just said?
I like totally over it. Well, go follow our Instagram at Mile High Murder Podcast.
And jump into the Facebook discussion group because it's a lot of fun and we make each other laugh and
we talk about our favorite
questions.
True crime documentaries.
Yeah.
And
our other favorite podcasts.
And share fun memes and articles and stuff like that.
Yeah, we just keep it murder light in there.
The link is in our...
Something? Our show notes. I didn't know what all the hand gestures meant.
I was trying to. Usually you can read my mind.
I know,
so I was trying to get you to read my mind.
Our Instagram? I don't know. Anyway.
It's on our Instagram.
Yeah, so thanks for listening. We freaking love doing this. It's so much fun.
Share with all of your true crime loving
Tell
friends.
all your friends. Yeah.
Even if they don't live in Colorado.
Yeah, totally. We love all the people.
We love all the people.
Yeah.
Well, no, stop moving to Colorado. But
dang.
You can live where you're living and we love you.
You can visit us.
Yeah, visit us. That's great. All right.
Okay, we love you guys.
Bye. Bye.